Central to 1439.
Down the hill towards
Lenawee Central to 1439. I can't copy your traffic.
heading toward underneath.
Central to 1439.
Now we're going.
I can't copy your traffic. Central 1439. Are you advising shots were fired? Central to 1439. Central to 1439. Central to 1439.
911, Lenawee's Lifeline.
Lenawee County Central Dispatch Center is Lenawee's Lifeline. 911 dispatch has been around since 1968. As you saw in the video, 911 is a critical component to our public safety. This presentation is meant to provide you with a better understanding as to why this proposal will be put before you on May 3rd. What are your expectations when you dial 911? Our 911 dispatch center and its staff are our lifeline to emergency services. When calling 911, we expect our call to be answered by a caring and professional voice. 911, where's your emergency? We expect a highly trained person who will dispatch emergency services, providing you with an accurate and timely response to whatever your need may be. However, as technology evolves, fewer homes have landline phones, and that number is decreasing every day. More and more people have gone to cell phones. Unfortunately, due to this evolution in technology, the ability for a 911 dispatch operator to communicate clearly with you is in jeopardy. No one would have predicted 20 years ago that almost everyone would be carrying cell phones, nor that cell phones would be the main tool for calling 911. It is because of this ever-changing technology that dispatch centers all over the country find it necessary to update their existing old systems to keep up with the needs of the public. Next Generation, or Next Gen 911, requires that all 911 dispatch centers be able to handle landline and cell calls, as well as receive text, video, and GPS for any fire, police, or EMS requests for service. The ability for a 911 dispatch center to be able to receive a text message is becoming vitally important. Just imagine, for example, a teenager is home alone when she hears someone forcing open the front door and burst into the house. As she hides in the bathroom, she is unable to call 911 for fear of being heard. Her only hope is to text 911 and ask for help. So how has this increase in cell phone usage impacted our 911 center and the work dispatch operators do? According to the data collected by Lenawee County Dispatch Director, and as you can see on the slide, the dispatch operator's workload has increased by approximately 25% over the last 2 years. In 2015, dispatchers received over 958,000 transmissions. That equals 2,625 per day, 110 per hour, or almost 2 calls every minute. It is equally important to realize that although the call volume has increased by 25%, the staffing level has remained the same. Typically, there are only 3 dispatch operators handling this large call volume. Recognizing that we face such challenges as increased call volumes, aging infrastructure and equipment, increasing expenses, and static revenues, a 5-year capital improvement plan was created so that these needs could be identified and prioritized. If you're interested in the specific projects, technical data, costs, and anticipated timelines that make up this plan, we encourage you to visit Lenawee County's website, where you can review the plan in greater detail. The website address is www.lenawee.mi.us. This capital improvement plan identified the need to come up with approximately $4.3 million over the next 5 years in order to address the problems that currently exist and for technology needs that are on the horizon. So what will this money be used for? Some of the projects include a new phone system capable of receiving text, video, and GPS, a system that not only meets our needs of today, but also for the future. New workstations capable of accessing information quicker and able to pass along this critical information to the first responders. As they say, a picture is worth 1,000 words. And a new radio system, the Lifeline for those first responders. Our goal is that the information that you provide 911 dispatch is able to be passed along as accurately and quickly as possible. Something as simple as relaying an address can be the difference between life and death, especially when seconds count. So why is a surcharge change from $1.18 to $3 being placed on the ballot? As you can see by the graph, back in 2004, voters in Lenawee County approved a $2.52 surcharge. However, in 2007, the state of Michigan began a series of reductions, resulting in the current surcharge of $1.18, which has not changed since March of 2008. Many of you may still be asking, where does the money go? The FCC created a narrow banding of the frequency that was available to all emergency responders, including law enforcement, fire, and emergency medical services. This created the need to take corrective actions so that all county emergency responders could communicate. This required the acquisition of 2 towers and the purchase of repeaters at a cost exceeding $60,000. The computer-aided dispatch system, CAD, required updating at a cost of approximately $500,000. In addition, the service contract paid related to this upgrade is approximately $75,000 to $80,000 per year. The state reduction of surcharge impacted the 911 dispatch center's plans and prevented upgrades to some equipment that date back to the 1980s. Surcharge funds are the main source of revenue for 911 dispatch center. These funds have very restrictive uses and can only be used for 911 related costs such as staffing, technology, and equipment. The 911 Dispatch Center has had to reach into its fund reserves over the past few years to maintain operations and to do some much-needed projects. However, there are no reserve funds left to draw upon. The current surcharge of $1.18 cannot sustain the 911 operations. It cannot provide for text, video, and GPS capabilities that come with Next-Gen 911. It cannot provide for the mobile radios for all emergency responders. Plain and simple, the current surcharge does not produce the needed revenue to fund the critical technology and equipment needs that are so desperately needed. As you can see, the surcharge of $1.18, highlighted in green, produces slightly over $1 million in revenue annually. Expenditures, highlighted in red, start at just over $1.5 million in 2016 and top out at approximately $3.2 million in 2020. This very large expenditure in 2020 represents the purchase of mobile and portable radios for all county fire, police, and emergency medical service agencies. Because of this very expensive purchase, there will be a period of time where revenues exceed expenditures, as highlighted in the circled area. These revenues will be saved so that the 911 Dispatch Center will be able to afford the future large purchases, such as mobile and portable radios. In conclusion, with changing technology, it is critical that 911 Dispatch Center have the ability to receive text, video, and GPS. It is essential that they be able to have clear communication with you when calling for emergency services. It is equally important that they have the ability to communicate your emergency clearly and quickly to those that will be responding to your urgent need. Lenawee County's 911 Center is Lenawee's Lifeline, providing vital emergency services for all Lenawee County residents. The change from $1.18 to $3 is only $1.82 per month, less than the cost of 1 cup of coffee. Are these vital and life-saving needs worth it to you?